Okay, hi, I'm Dr. Martin Rutherford, certified functional medicine practitioner and chiropractor.
Dr. Randall Gates, board certified chiropractic neurologist, also a chiropractor.
This is Keys to Success number 122. This one, we'll see how this goes. We had a patient who has asked us to tell you what we eat because we both are on the program, so to speak. And as many of you know, I have many of the things that we treat. And so I'm not sure how helpful this is going to be because I don't eat very many things, but we'll do it, and I'll give you the takeaway from my diet. My diet is a diet that most people can't believe that I eat and still am able to stand up and and work all day and do things like that, but. I have celiac, so and I've had gut surgeries, so I have pretty much a permanent leaky gut. Keep that in mind, okay? And fibromyalgia and peripheral neuropathy, but mainly the main thing is I have that celiac, and I have had gut surgery, which creates, for those of you who may not know that, gut surgeries create like a permanent leaky gut. They do. So I have like a permanent leaky gut. So I take Repair Vite every day as part of my program. I take my supplements, and for breakfast, I keep it simple. I do have low blood sugar. I have reactive hypoglycemia, so I have to keep eating all day long. So first thing, as soon as I get out of bed, I walk into the kitchen. I make a Dr. Gates shake. That's what I do, and it's clean, or it's convenient. I might make. Now, I happen to be...
and just so people know what's in that, is almond milk, almond butter, and pea protein.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I eat that. I love garbanzo beans. Now, I in my minimalist world of ability to eat things, garbanzo beans is just like steak to me or something like that. I don't eat... I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat most dairy foods. I can eat goat cheese. I can drink goat. I love goat milk. I've come to really love it. I can't eat meat. If I eat meat for 3 days, I'm going to get hemorrhoids. So that's not happening for me. So it's like it's a pretty skinny thing. So I love garbanzo beans. So I can make garbanzo beans just about any way you can possibly imagine. But my favorite thing is just to put some oil and vinegar on them and maybe a little salt and pepper. Sometimes I'll throw some onions and some Greek olives in there. It just depends. A lot of variety there. But that's sometimes my breakfast. I might make a big bowl of that and eat that for breakfast or eat it for lunch. Usually I'll do another shake. I have nuts, in my drawer in the office. So sometimes I don't get a break. I'll reach in there and get a handful of nuts for 2.5 hours. If I start to flag, lose my mental, strength, and start to get brain fog or something like that, and or fatigued. Sometimes I'll eat an apple. I don't eat a lot of fruit. I like apples, oranges, and bananas mostly. But maybe one of those, like a half a banana, maybe one of those little oranges. What do you call those little things?
Cuties.
One of those like little cuties.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a half of an apple, and then maybe a slice of goat cheese or a half a glass of goat milk, or again, some nuts. I can eat most nuts. I'm happen to favor sunflower seeds. Something that I'm okay with, that I can actually eat, and I like them. And so, lunch is one of my tougher ones. If I stay here, I just have another shake. If I stay here for lunch, I just have another shake. I hit salad. Salad's not very energizing for me. So if I hit a salad, because we'll go out to lunch, right? I'll hit a salad. I'm vinegar and oil all the way. It's just like, don't put anything on my salad except vinegar and oil, salt and pepper. That's it. So if I do that, I'll come home. I'll come back to the office and grab some nuts just for some protein. I ate some soup yesterday. I get soup. I have to specify I need a vegetarian broth, and I do that. So it's all vegetables. Sometimes I'll eat rice noodles. I can eat rice, okay? For those of you who are on the program, you're not eating rice, okay? I can't eat many things. Grains, for the most part, I can't eat, but for some reason I can eat brown rice and I can eat white rice, which is a godsend for me. so I might have Indian. I eat a lot of Indian food. Being vegetarian, half of India is vegetarian, and they have, and so they have a centuries and centuries, a millennia of creating simple, very simple vegetarian dishes that balance between the proteins and the carbohydrates. And there's lots of good spices in there, and I can't eat anything really, really hot, as you know. We had dinner last night, and they asked me, do you want it medium, mild? I want to like just wave the chili pepper over the top of it, you know. So I can't eat that, but I eat a ton of Indian food, and I can eat the rice with it. So that really is a saver for me. Then same snacks in the afternoon. I keep my snacks pretty much the same, nothing exotic. And at the dinner, my wife's an amazing cook. So she gets these boxes, like, I forget, like the purple carrot or something like that. But the bottom line is this, even those I can't eat everything out of. So she'll take the ingredients out of there and she'll create some sort of a vegetarian meal that I can eat. And that's, it might be a vegetarian patty that doesn't have the grains in it that I can't eat. Well, she makes all kinds of amazing things. So that's the one point where I have my wife, who loves to cook, actually relaxes while she's cooking and kind of meditates while she's cooking. It's very creative. I usually get a pretty cool meal almost every night from these boxes that she's taken, and I don't even know what's in half of them. I just know, wow, this really tastes good. And she'll say it's something that I can eat, and so I can't give you much more specifics than that. And then at night, I might have, before I go to bed, because I have low blood sugar, my blood sugar will dump in the middle of the night, then I'll wake up. And so I need to eat like a protein before then, and it's usually back to nuts. I'll usually have maybe a teaspoonful of almond butter before I go to bed, or a teaspoonful of peanut butter. I can actually eat peanuts. I know that's not on your diet. And almonds, I guess, aren't on people's diet. But I'm okay with it after having gone through the whole thing. I might have a piece of cheese, a glass of almond milk, or not. I'm not a big fan of the almond milks and all that kind of stuff. It's just me, okay? I goat milk I would have. So I don't think that's a diet that's pretty applicable to most people. But here's what I would say. That's what I have to eat, you know? I mean, that's what I have to eat. I feel good. You know, I feel good. I have enough energy. I get enough protein. If I get my sleep and I get a little exercise and I eat that diet, and I mean, I feel good. I work a long day, and I'm pretty capable throughout the whole day. My brain, actually, look, I've been in this for a long time. My brain keeps getting better and better and better. So, I mean, the takeaway from that is, I know these diets are difficult on people, but at some point being well needs to supersede, well, I can't eat this, or I can't. It's like, look, you got to eat what's the right food for you. Those happen to be the right food for me. I probably could get a little bit more expansive on that, but my focus is really more on just keeping the inflammation down, just keeping the food sensitivities out of my body, and just keep my blood sugar normal. And I feel great, you know. So I mean, that's the takeaway from my diet.
I love it. I think it's good. And I think you hit all the major points. Dr. Rutherford has gone through, actually he went through a more restrictive, is it okay if I?
Oh yeah.
More restrictive diet than most of you actually go on, and then we introduce foods and we figure out what works for him. And that's where we have the 7 different diets, because no one diet is right for every individual. And we used to not take vegetarian patients when we first started doing this because we just couldn't figure out how to do it. But as both of us are engaged in that type of diet, we figured out the nuances, and there's really no one rule for every patient. And as most of you know, I'm not very much for grains for a lot of you, but Dr. Rutherford's situation basically is a vegan, it works for him. And you know, he doesn't have eggs. It's interesting when you don't have meat and eggs,
I was just going to say, and if you come in and complain to me about your diet and you're eating meat and eggs,
right.
Oh my God, you have no idea how well you have it.
And I will even say just the element of eggs, for example, even for a vegetarian, makes life tremendously easier. Because when you try to bake, you can't use the eggs. You can't just go to that quick and easy breakfast, so to speak, that's full of B vitamins. So we really have to think outside the box a lot.
Take my B vitamins.
Yeah. So I think this was awesome. I'll talk about my diet next week and the key to success. And we're going to go into questions now regarding people from YouTube. But I think this was
Okay.
excellent. Yeah, I'm glad that you.
All right, that's it. That's truly what I eat, and I have 2 people here who will verify that. So
That's true.
okay, so we'll see you next week with 123 and Dr. Gates's diet, which I'm anxious to hear how much it's different from my diet, which I'm guessing not much. But potatoes. I can eat potatoes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I eat a lot of potatoes with butter. I can eat butter. And mushrooms. That's one of my favorite. That's like a prime rib steak. So, all right, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.